What's up, guys, and welcome back to Single Issue Summaries. Today I'm going to be trying a different format for Captain America #1. So let's see how it goes. We open up with a very, very depressing panel of a kid looking at towers going down. And he says, "You think you're prepared to see death, but violent death, a man taking a man's life, it's a very different thing. Changes you in ways you know immediately and ways you discover later in the darkness when you're as alone as you've ever been. And when death happens on a massive scale, you fight the terrible thoughts that come. Are we worth saving? And if we are we willing to become the thing that I hate to save us? Am I willing to become a killer?" Then we have a nice little switch up. We go to a diner where they're talking about the good old days. And, if you're living in the present, you're at peace. And then we hear an officer's radio go off, 10-10 shots fired. And this guy is paying attention. So he goes to the scene and he asks, where's the shooter? And the officer goes, he took my bike, went down Madison. He was going to the UN building. And he's like, where's the UN building? Wait, you're not police? No, ma'am, I'm not. And then we see Cap riding off on his motorcycle. He says, but I'm here to help. I think that's a very, very cool way to introduce him. Starts going right after the bicycle guy. He is trained. He knows how to ride in fire. And he's right onto him. Weaving through traffic. He can't get a beat on him through the other vehicles, so he needs to get above them. And he just uses the car's ramp. Super cool. And then he hits him right off his bike with his shield. That's freaking awesome. But then we see that the guy has a bomb on him. So, Captain America botches his landing and he starts running through. And he's like, oh, bomb didn't go off. Thank God. Do they still have God in this world? We see this guy arrive at the UN building and the security officers are like, stop or we'll shoot. And Cap is like, hold your fire. He's got a bomb. And the guy's like, I do. And he starts up a conversation. He's like, you're military. He's like, how do you know? I know a military man when I see one. Service and rank, Army second lieutenant, 2 tours in the Gulf. And then he's like, Captain, Commandos, Infantry, World War II. Guy says, that's impossible. In this world, nothing's impossible. But I'm sure you know that, you've seen the impossible. And the guy's like, he pulls out the switch and said, nobody cares. People just live their lives while everyone I know dies. It's messed up. And then Cap goes, Lieutenant, whatever you're going through, whatever you think you'll accomplish here, death just brings more death. So as your superior officer, I'm asking you to stand down. And he does. Good Captain America. He's awesome. He's like, I know, soldier. Now let's shut that thing down. And he's like, I'm not sure if I can. And we see the bomb completely stop. And Iron Man comes out of nowhere. He goes, remote solutions. Sorry, I'm late. There was traffic. And then they're having a conversation at the rooftop. And Cap is like, it's amazing, the UN designed to stop future world wars. And, Iron Man's like, yeah, like it's always about efficacy. But Cap, if you're running around chasing terrorists, 1 week of being back, it'd be better. You just did that as an Avenger. And he's like,